Welcome to the Sabbath. So it's the Saturday. We still have the moon going into Virgo now, away from Leo. So let me confirm that. Just in case I'm speaking out of my ass, I should hope the moon should be in Virgo today, right? Let me check. Today, moon in Virgo. Yeah, the moon is in Virgo. Beautiful. So you'll be reacting and responding to that Virgo or Maria Immaculate energy, or aka you'll be acting and reacting in regards to wanting to be there for someone, or how much of an inch you can give them. You get it? Now, on to our Gikuyu people, kwa sababu Gikuyu ni mugituikite andu a thahu, mugiro na gikuo muga mwitheme, icio nicio ndira muga mwitheme. No, it's best to talk about what you call sin. Sin is what you call dhahu. And dhahu or sin is when you are missing the point. When you miss the point. So to sin is to miss the point. So when you miss the point of something, you have sinned. Let's say we have an appointment. We have a dick appointment. And we say, okay, we're going to meet at 8 p.m., for example. So 8 p.m., I'm getting busy for you, or you are getting busy for me. It can be vice versa. And then I bounce. By default, that becomes a sin. Since what is going to come out of that will be now what you call sin. You are going to say he lied or she lied about the time. Okay. So all that now. So you wanted some dick or some pussy. So now you are looking at another person. So you are coveting thy wife. Na vitu kama hizo. You are following now. So to sin is to err or to miss the point. It has got nothing to do with what you call sin in terms of your religion. Na vitu kama hizo. Now, dhahu, what you are calling sin, or kiria gutaga dhahu, atedemo dhahu. Now, dhahu, what brings around that dhahu, or what brings around that sin, that thing you are calling missing the point. Now, dhahu, urehagwo ni kindu gitagwo mukana. Dhahu urehagwo ni mukana, kindu kiria waheirwo mukana, kiria wagiririo mugiro, ati withame dhahu mugiro na kirumi. Koguo dhahu urehagwo ni mukana, kiria ukanitio, ukerwo ati ni mukana kuhutia mukagu ena mambura. Koguo riria wahutia mukagu ena mambura na niwitikirite mukana uria wina dhahu. You get what I'm saying now? But that is not the truth. Ucio ni dhahu, urathaha, na dhahu urehetwo ni mukana. Naguo mukana ni kindu kiria ukanitio, what you have been told not to do, kana ukagirio mugiro, the forbidden, the commandments. But Jega wa muthaka, hatiri undu nie ngoragwo ngiritio. Hatiri undu ngoragwo ngiritio, ni hatiri undu ngoragwo hetwo mukana. Hatiri ndiri mugiro. Toni ati kindu nganitio. Okay? Ni ati undu ngiritio. Niki, todo I believe in everything. Thikiti do ciothe. I believe in everything. But I believe in nothing. I believe in nothing. I believe in everything, but I believe in nothing. AKA, hatiri kindu ngingiraga thiini wakio, hatiri wirigo ingingira wirigo njuge ati nijitikiti wirigo uyu kana ndi wa wirigo uyu. Okay? I am a being by myself, unique, individual self, soul. From the word solo, singular, soul spirit, singular. Okay? I'm a soul out of the spirit. Spirit is many. In the beginning, let's not make man like one of us. Many spirits coming together, aka as a consciousness, the collective, we create. We are the creators. We are not the creation. We are creating every day. Okay, that is what spirit is. And it's nothing. It's nothing, because when told to explain that, you cannot explain that. Now, ugakeigua riu haha ni hoka ati tondu we wina thahu, na tuga thahu urehagwo ni mukana, na tuga naguo mukana umaga he mugiro kiria ugiritio. Niguo ndauga ni hatiri kindu ngiritio. Ugakora atiriri, riu we ni wanjia gwika magongona ma miti. magongona ma mĩtĩ, atĩ nĩ wathiĩ gũtahĩkio thahu na mĩtĩ, nĩ wathiĩ gũtherio thahu na mĩtĩ, ũraheo mĩtĩ ya kũnyua na maũndũ ta mau. Nayo mĩtĩ rĩ, nĩ kũrĩ mĩtĩ ya magongona, mĩtĩ yothe ti mĩtĩ yothe, nĩ kũrĩ mĩtĩ ya magongona. Okay? Every tree has got its own correspondence, if you want me to put it like that. Ogone mutamayo, ogone eucalyptus, they have a correspondent, they have a planet, they have an energy, they have kile mago no okoro treat or relating with. So now you uthiga magongona matari maku. For example, actually I don't even need to give you an example. So shout out to everyone in the space. Mundu ukujuritie kiuria kiu gia thahu. Akajira ati thahu niki ndakiuka muramura juna ingia live au koretwo ahura thimu ndamwa because na ingia live umenye thahu rehagwo niki ni mukana kirio kanitio thahu rehagwo ni mukana naguo mukana rehagwo niki ni mugiro kirio giritio ati ndukana cone muiduri. Sasa hiyo ni yako we, ukitaka kuenda na hiyo ni hatiri kindu digereirio. Now on that matter, if you want us to go a little bit deeper, let's even go a little bit deeper. Ukaigua atiriri ati ugikoma na mukaguo ati gana mukaguo agikwagarara riria na mambura ati no wathaha ati now for example if you are home somewhere and you are chilling, that if your wife is to walk astride you and she's on her periods, they say no wathaha no wagia thahu ukero thi ugatahikio ukero thi ugakwa polisi juu yagakue na maundu mangi ta mau. Now that's bullshit. Okay? When a woman is in her periods, that is the time she's at her highest consciousness levels. Mweri niki wikaga riria we wathie nja kurora mweri uga mweri ni wikite atia mweri ni utheretie tainira gutheretio ni mweri ni utheretie. Let's get out of that because you are Google scholars. Let's come to the real world. When you are waxing your car, what is to wax? To wax is to shine. The moon is waxing. It is shining. It is spotless. It is clean. You get it? So when a woman is on her menses, she's not dirty. Because the being, the creator, is not dirty. Okay? It's not dirty. We are the people who bring all that garbage to God. Sisi ndio tunaendanga kwa God na garbage. Ati toga ni mugiro. No, that's hiyo ni yako. When a woman is on her menses, she's at her highest level of energy to connect to the source. And remember, women are 70% more source, more spirit than men. That is why they say men anake. Anake ni kienyo kiagai. Kienyo. The word kienyo means a pie, or what you call 30%. So the masculine is only masculine for 30%. 70% is feminine. We came from within. It was not the head first or the chicken. Everything came together at the same time. Now, so when a woman is on her menses, ndio maana tunasema ni mwezi. Mwezi ungaa, cleanliness. Tarora uria gutherete, mweri gutheria ni gutheru. Now, this is where now your misconceptions comes in. This is now where you let those old stupid men advise you because you think white hair is wisdom. White hair is not wisdom. Okay? I started having white hair when I was in primary school. I was not wise then. I'm wiser now. I'm more aware now, more expanded. I want to cover my phone kwa sababu hapo nimeweka mnachomeka na nini. Mnachomeka na jua, but sasa my phone ndio itasema hapa phone is hot, so let me just hold it. The sun is on this side, so inasukuma nyuma. Now, I was talking about, of course, about the beautiful women. Shout out to our black African women. Shout out to you. Shout out to all the black women out there. You know? Shout out to all the women out there. So now, when a woman is on her menses, they are lied to. Wanaambiwa ati ni blood. Ati your menses, you are shedding blood. No. When a woman is on her menses, there is nowhere where there's blood. Blood. Our God or your creator does not shed blood. He's not a God shedding blood. It's only, you know the people who love shedding blood in the name of religion, in the name of governments. You know about the Romans, the churches, and all that bullshit. Kimori Church, Presbyterian. You know that church and blood go hand in hand. Religion and blood, because religion is government. But God does not shed blood. So when a woman is on her menses, akuna mali unatokanga blood. Now what is coming out, what you are calling blood or menstrual flow, is what you call otune. 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 Red. Otune. That is not blood. But what you are shedding is otune. Otune. Okay? Otune is the mass energy. Otune is the energy of Tuesday. Okay? Mars, the planet, Tuesday, or what you call the crown chakra, the first house. So Otune, that is a symbol that the woman is at her strongest. When you see red, what do you see? You see passion, you see aggression. So the woman is in her highest vibration point. That is, for example, let me give you an example. This is an important life to share to your other women. Okay? Don't be stingy. Share the life to the other women or girls so that they can come and learn about their menstrual period. Yesterday I was having a conversation with a grown woman. Mama akaniambia ati venye anasikianga aibu akiwa na periods. Nikamuuliza kwa unasikianga aibu ukiwa na periods. Ati mimi hata bwanangu siwezi taka azione. Oh my God. Even friends siwezi taka wajue niko na period. And this is a spiritual coach I was with. Not necessarily a spiritual coach, but in that lineage, because whatever she does is for the benefit of the people, but a lost in culture. Okay, a lost in culture. So I think it's about culture. Now, so when a woman is on her menses, what she's shedding is not blood. What is shedding is otune, red, otune, the mass energy. So she's at highest. Let me give you an example. When you're about to have some dick or pussy, if you're with a brown chick and you're caressing her, she becomes red. That flash of blood, okay? That passion, that heightened senses. Or when you are angry, you become red. That is why they show you cartoons turning red when they are angry. But the cartoon is only angry because they make them angry for distractions in cartoon. Otherwise, when you are full of energy, it doesn't matter what kind of energy, that is red. That is otune. Otune ya lava. Yes, fire. In short, it's fire actually. Unajua, but sasa unajua ukianza kuambia watu wetu ati ni moto wanasheda, atakuuliza moto, jua atafikiria moto ni flame. Fire is not flame. There's a difference between fire and flame. Okay? So what you are witnessing is fire. So a woman is shedding fire. She's in her fiercest most. She's like Medusa unleashed. She's like Lilith. She cannot be, she does not want to submit. So at that moment when a woman cannot submit, you're in that Lilith energy, or what you call the Medusa energy, or Wagwama carry the stupid folk roles that are twisted out to confuse the people. At that particular moment, that is the time now, as a feminine, now you can engage. You can engage with your creator. You can engage with your source now. Now, as a man, listen, as a man, the reason you are told you can't fuck your wife when she's on her periods, that's the only reason. It's not because you are going to utapata dhahu ama ukue mbaya. No, it's because at that particular moment, you are weaponless. You have no guard. As a man, at that particular moment, you cannot, when you are around a woman who's on her periods, wewe hata uwezi, magongona zako hata haziwezi enda through. Your rituals cannot even go through. So what do you do? At that particular moment, you are vulnerable. So that is when you ask your woman to cover you. Now you go to her, you say, my love, you're on your periods, yes. Can you intervene on my behalf and talk to Nyene and tell Nyene, mazee jenga wa mudhaka amesota. Mazee jenga wa mudhaka amemrushia mapepo. Kila kitu yake imekufa, paka zake ine zimekufa, sungura wake waine wamekufa, kuku zake zinakufa. Spiritual warfare is on towards my husband. So that is how you use that energy with a woman. Lakini si kuambiwa ati bibi yako akiwa na periods ati ni mchafu. You have to understand you are in two worlds. the truth, when you go with the truth, and when you go with the construct of this world, their world view, how they want you to view the world, that periods are dirty, their world view, which you embrace, even in your culture. That is why I tell you, a culture is cultivated from a cult, and most of your culture is not even yours, it was given to you. Wataka kubishana? Saizi enda mahali popote kuna pate mpaka za Kikuyu, unasikia wakisema Igwe, Igwe, Igwe. What is Igwe? You under spiritual warfare. What is Igwe? Kikuyus, Igwe, Igwe. Unaenda club. What is Igwe? Is Igwe Kenyan? Is Igwe Bantu? Is Igwe, do you even know what you are saying? But because you are carried by world currents and you go na ile in a trend, you are trendsetters. Igwe nonsense, Igwe nonsense. Know what these things mean before you say them and speak them. Because what you speak becomes the reality. There's no sin being with a woman on her menses. That is when she's at her strongest. Now the thing you can't do as a man is go fuck her. She can fuck you if you want. She can decide to fuck you if she wants. She's shedding. She can shed with you. But you as a man know that you are vulnerable. You have no guard. She's more powerful than you. Because at that particular moment, your woman is more powerful than you. No ritual that you can do as a man with her as a spouse can go above her mpaka amalize kushed your periods. Hizo mnasemanga ni blood. That is not blood. Your God does not shed blood. Thakame ya mukudoda itekaga teri-ini. So esio ti thakame, usio ni utune. So it's not menstrual blood. It's menstrual flow. Flow. Menstrual flow. Not blood. Menstrual flow. Not blood. Human don't shed blood unless they have been cut open. Unless there is violence. Your God is not a God of shedding blood. Now, let me take you a little bit deep into the rabbit hole because it's a Saturday. Try to shut up this music. Shout out to the beautiful music in the background. Time to shut the fuck up now. It's me talking. Talk up at Spotify. Now I want to take you a little bit deep into the what you call whatever menstrual definition. I'm taking you to Google. You know you are Google scholars. So I'm nawapeleka na rieng. Okay? Mass flow. Nawapeleka, yes, mass flow. Shout out to you. You are korada. So menstrual flow is mass flow. That lava, that energy that is coming from the crown chakra. Now sanaona at AI overview of menstrual definition. Because now, this is how I told you. I told you are in a new world. You didn't believe it. You are in a new world where now your life is going to be defined by AI. So saizi ukiingia Google, now try when you search on Google, the first thing you are getting is AI overview. This is the overview of the AI. And because it is the first keyword, the first Aries, crown, the first overview is AI. So now AI is your God. It is the first point of reference. It is now your Adam. Unafikia kwa inaitwa AI. It is the first point of reference. Awa, Abba, Adonai, AI. Anyway, tutoke hapo. So the AI overview. Let's first of all go with the AI and then you can move away from the fucking AI. We go into the real life. Sawa. So according to AI overview, that's according to their view, the monthly vaginal bleeding that occurs when a woman's body sheds the lining of her uterus. Now, to bleed does not mean there has to be blood. Ukiwa na gari, ukiwa kwa garage, kuna wakati gari inaingizanga baridi. Ukaigua gari yo ina heho. So you go to the garage, ukero kinya theini wanatoa hewa kwa brakes. Kinya gore siyo menesio mai kinya theini unatolewa nini hewa. Hiyo ni bleeding. Okay? Bleeding does not mean there has to be blood. Understand language so because you see you are lost in language. Their language. So when it say menstrual bleeding, the first bleeding that comes to mind is blood for you. Bleeding does not have to be blood. Now, so niache kufunza sasa nikuambie, it's not a question time. when there's question time, I usually say if you have a question now, you can ask. And sometimes we come for Q&A, you don't ask questions. So now I stop teaching about menstrual flow and tell you about anyway, wait for that question of fucking a woman on her periods. So menstruation, we are going to go to Wikipedia. We are not going to go to any AI definition. We are going to go to their Wikipedia. Now, immediately you go there, you are given a disclaimer with that sign. Do you see that sign there? You see that sign? You see that crossing? That's a cross. Okay? That's a cross. Hiyo mnaionanga kwa ambulance. So immediately you go to Wikipedia, encyclopedia. That is the first disclaimer, where you are told this article needs more reliable medical references. So don't take it as face value. So now, menstruation, also known as a period, that's a period you are going through. And it says menstruation, also known as a period among other colloquial terms, is the regular discharge of blood and mucosal tissue. Now, si tumesema tunaenda rabbit hole, I want to make clear to you. Inasema, among colloquial is a regular discharge of blood. Now, you think blood is what you shed. Ama hiyo blood. Blood iko na meaning mingi. Shout out to Sundiata Mwaura hapo is watching. Me and Mwaura, we are blood. Shit goes deep. You get what I'm saying? Unaweza enda mahali useme, "Madhe, that's my blood." So blood does not necessarily mean what is in your veins. So when you're talking of menstrual flow or blood, they're not talking about blood yenye iko kwa kichwa yako. So a blood, sasa tuende kwa blood venye inamaanisha according to your Google again, according to Wikipedia. Blood is a body fluid in the circulatory system of humans and other vertebrates that delivers necessary substance such as nutrients and oxygen to the cells and transport metabolic waste products away from some cells. Okay? Blood is composed of blood cells suspended in blood plasma. Sasa, tumetoka blood, tumeenda blood plasma. Plasma constitutes 55% of body fluid. So your body fluid is plasma. 55%. And water, 92%. I told you are stars. You come from the stars. Okay? Now, and contains proteins, glucose, minerals, and hormones. Sasa fanya hesabu. If plasma itself is 55% and you are 92% water, na hizi kidongo ni akina blood cell, but yatuko hapo, turudi hapa kwa blood plasma, turudi kwa body fluid. Blood is a body fluid. So a body fluid is also defined as liquids within the body of an organism. So for example, in adult tell the men, they are telling you the total body water is 60%, so it's still 60 to 67. Then the exact percentage of fluid relative to body weight is inversely proportional. Sasa ni maneno ya kina Aquarius, Sundiata Mwaura. Hawa ndio wanapenda hizo terms. Me, I don't care about terms. Shout out to the Aquarius in the house. Pluto is in Aquarius. Welcome to the new world. So now, again, the total body water is divided into fluid compartments. Sasa hapa kuna intercellular fluid. Okay? So hizi hapa ndio unasikia wakiongea maneno ya space na volume. Umesikia jina tumetumia? Intercellular fluid. Intercellular fluid. Hizi nakuanga inside the cells. Sasa hapa ndio tunaongea akina cytosol, akina adrenaline, all those hormones. Sasa hapa tunaongea maneno ya the cell nucleus, zenye ziko kwa ndani ya cell nucleus. Akina cytoplasm, hiyo ni maneno ya akina Mwaura. Now, back to the live. So, when a woman is shedding her otune, ndio hiyo sasa nimeita intercellular fluids. Now, those intercellular fluids, they have to turn red otune mass energy because she's at her highest passion. So she's turning red. For those who watch the movie Easy Marvel Comic Rangers, when you are watching Iron Man anakuanga na nini ya red. When he becomes angry, he shoots red passion. You know, you have to make it make sense kwa sababu tunaongea na the level at which humanity has been left behind is unimaginable. You have to make it make sense. So, back to your movies. Superman, When he's flying his robe, the thing that makes him fly is red. So that passion, that aggression, that's what I'm talking about. So hiyo ndio the woman is shedding interstellar fluids. Ukisikia interstellar, sasa unaweza enda kwa movie zenyu za interspace, interstellar, now you get what I'm saying. So when she's communicating intercellularly with Nyene or her being, that is now when she's shedding. As above, so below. So below we have to see that red as what you call periods, and you make it evil and you make it dirty. And that is when the woman is at her most powerful. To manifest, to do her rituals, and for you, the man, that is the time she can shelter you. If you have a rapport with her, you can ask her to shelter you under her and to speak on your behalf. But hii nonsense mko nayo ya Southern Kikuyu, ya vitabu, ya mutumie na mabura, uthi ugatahikio ati ni yakwagara na mabura, nigetha muture mutwarite mburi, atuna mbuzi za kupoteza. I want to go too deep into the... let me not take you there. Let me not take you into the witchcraft of menstrual blood na vitu kama hizo. Though mnazionanga online, nasikianga kuna watu najipakanga menstrual blood na vitu kama hizo. So we are not going there. Yes, we are not going there. Si lazima tufanye. We know so much, but some things we don't need to do them. You know what I'm saying? So usifikiria tunajua, sasa juu unafanya ufikiria tu wendi unajua, hata pengine ujui venye unaifanya. You don't even know why. Okay? You don't even know why. We know shit. Lots of shit. So just because you are speaking about it, regurgitating knowledge, or watu wanashinda wakisifia unafanya, hata ujui kwenye imetoka. Si tunajua the blueprint, how it was created, how we can do the same thing in a different way, how we can correspond. Shit is deep. Okay? Get out of your ego and teach. You have so much wisdom. Mnakataa kupea watu wisdom tu in your ego ndio watu wakuje waone peke yenu. Hey, you know me. Hey, you know I have a center. Hey, you know me. You know me. You can find me here. Find you to do what? Teach. Speak. In the beginning was the word. Talking is God. Clothed mouths don't get fed. Don't look at the physical representation of what you are getting back. Look at the spiritual representation of what is also going within. When you pour, what comes in? Now that's real wealth. Now that can build a community. That can build something. That can heal. Now that's creation. Now that is what God wants now. You are the creator, you are not the creation. Get out of your ego. Man, si kukunywa. Atasa uko na moet. I brew the best wine. Fuck your drinks. American drinks, hata ujui zimetoka wapi. Men is not to drink. Men is building. It doesn't matter what you are building. Men need to build something. Build something. It has been rigged against you because you don't even know what you're supposed to be doing. So the rigging has been you don't even know self. You have become consumers of football and alcohol. And none of them is even yours. Football is not yours. DSTV is not yours. None of your names are on those things. And then you claim you build the pyramids. You never build the pyramids. In fact, the source of the pyramids, nikikuambia kwenye zilitoka hata uwezi amini. Wacha tuache hiyo maneno. Pyramids ni maneno ya Mexico. Okay? It has even nothing to do with Egypt. Egypt is not a land. Egypt is a mental form. The same way you can talk of, the same way now they are creating a mental form called Elon Musk. The same way they did Shakespeare. Shakespeare was not a real man. That's a mental form. George Washington was not even a real president. That's a mental form. AKA, right now, President wenyu wasugoi munamuita Zakayo. So in future, that history can be rewritten and updated to be kulikuwa na mtu alikuwa anaitwa Zakayo Kenya. Akaambiwa shuka Zakayo. Like a story just the same way in the Bible. These are called mental forms. how you create mental forms. Thought forms that live for days when they are updated and maintained like a statue. For example, kuna rungu ya Moi Nairobi. Iyo rungu kunyeshe kusinyeshe, it will be like that. Why? It is maintained. Inaoshwa, inapanguzwa, inarepentiwa, and then as a collective in your mind, since you're paying attention to it, where attention goes, energy goes, it is maintained as a thought form of Moi. So even 200 years to come, kutakuwa na hiyo statue ya Moi hapo kama itakuwa imetolewa. You get what I'm saying? But we're in a new world, so they are planting new obelisks. Ukienda Nairobi utaona obelisks zingine mpya because they are changing also the coordinates in a new world. So nisikia watu wakisema, oh my God, the Masonics have put another obelisk in Nairobi. We're in a new world. We are shifting. We shift, they shift. So now, those are the mental forms that we maintain for years. That is why the pyramids are there. The pyramids are not there because they are great. No, they are there because they are maintained. They are maintained. Kuna time wezi enda pyramids na kuanga zimefungwa from tourist attractions, wanasema for cleaning. They are maintained. They are updated by the people who own them, the people who own that intellectual property right. The statue of Kimathi kama ingekuwa inapanguzwa, hiyo rungu ya Moi kama venye Moi alitoka in power, ingekuwa inapanguzwa, sasa hivi ingekuwa disintegrate. Ingekuwa imenyeshewa, imebomoka, imenyeshewa hizo miaka kadhaa na mvua, sasa hivi ingekuwa tu in another 20 years haitakuwa the same way. Ukipark gari mahali ina rustingi, gari ya chuma ina rust, inakuliwa na nyasi, inaisha mpaka chazi unasema ni hali gari he gari guka hapa kita 1930, things disappear, inaisha. So even the pyramids, that is why they have, because they have been maintained. These are things we maintain. Now ukishajua hivyo, now come to your culture now. Maka ugate mutumie mabure nene dhahu. Now look at the people who are maintaining that as one of their kido magirietie mugiro kido magirietie mugiro ni andu aria gocio makorogo maria mugiro na dhahu na gikuo. That's the question. Do you agree to those terms and conditions? Because it has got nothing to do with them. Ni wewe. As a man thinketh, so easy. Okay? Your mind state. Shout out to beautiful Monjiro. She has brought me a cup of tea. Jiro ameniletea cup of tea. Amesema wewe na tu kufunza watu hata ukunywi chai. Cha kwanza niweke chai hapa chini. So now, we have a few minutes of the questions now. Acha nione. Tena kumerudi jua hapa. Let's look at a few questions now before I get on my tea. I'm having breakfast now. Let me see. Now you can ask your questions. Utune kama lava. Yeah. Well, actually, what to give it a physical representation, as a woman is on her period, she's shedding lava, Sagittarius energy. Sawa. Yeah, this was as an esoteric wiki. What happens if you sleep with a man during your period? Is it true that mkiachana mutakuja rudiana? No, that is not truth, and neither is it a lie. There's nothing that is true or false. We deal with truths. You can find some truth in a lie, and you can lie, but the only thing you cannot find a lie in some truth. That's the difference. So, when you sleep with a man during your period, I say, who is more powerful? You. The man is weak. The man is at your mercy. He should be sheltering under you. Okay? So, it has got nothing to do ati mkiachana mtakuja rudiana. No, hizo ni those mental forms that keeping you trapped in hizi vitu. And to make you hate yourself for something, you know. You could be with your beautiful woman and she gets her menses and you didn't know. Okay? Uko juu ya beautiful vaginal essence, okay? You're in your garden of Eden. You are looking at the beehives there. You are looking at the flowers inside her. You are looking at the fountains. You know, there are some women who have fountains, you know, beautiful fountains. So maybe you're just enjoying her fountains with the birds there, feeding there. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you are doing in the nether nilios of a woman. And maybe at that particular moment she decides to erupt, because hakuna mwanamke no woman initiates her own period intentionally. At sasa aseme, I'm almost having my period today, come. No, they come when they want, because it is her connection with the source. Mutumia tu wendaga kuona ni kahinda gokaga, ni kuonaga. When you kuonaga, she doesn't even know. She's like, oh shit, oh I'm shedding. Ni kuonaga, ni kahinda gake na nyene. Okay, so that's between her and her maker. So if the connection between her and her maker happens when you are getting dick and he comes out and is like, oh shit, I'm all red, that's not a bad thing. That is not a sin. It's just knowing that now she's at her highest, and now you can shelter under her if you're in that kind of vibe. Okay, let me see. Welcome to the okay. She's connecting with the universe. Dayo Jega. Let me ask you, Yeshua lived though. Yeshua is not about someone living. Yeshua is in the morning. Okay? Yeshua is that timeline in the morning between Aries and Gemini, or between Aries and Cancer, or what you call Jehovah. So if you are calling on the name of God and you want to use the word Jehovah, that name is only powerful between Aries, 6 a.m. and 12 p.m. before the great Anu or high noon, just before Archangel Michael comes through. Mike is to add energy. That is why Kikuyus at 11:45 they face the mountain. Makuwa ni metana is Archangel Michael. That energy, that's the only name I can give you, Archangel Michael, because those are the terms we use. 11:45. That is why when you forget something, if I was to ask you something and you are forgetful, you look here. If I was to, who was the first president of Kenya? So what are you doing? You are looking at Archangel Michael. 11:45 before 12 p.m. Anu. Before the great flooding, or what you call the Noah's flood, or what you call Cancer season. Okay, before you get there. So Archangel Michael is just between Gemini and Cancer, in between that angle, 11:45. So now, between 6 a.m. and 12 p.m., that is the whole of that thing is what you call Jehovah. That's a whole alignment that you're calling Jehovah. Hey, Yahweh, Yahweh. The word Jehovah is Yahweh, Yahweh, or two triangles when you're creating the six-pointed star, David, okay? The three triangles, so that would be Aries, Gemini, and Aries, Taurus, and Gemini, okay? So, Yeshua now, the way you're asking Yeshua is your consciousness. Is your consciousness. Okay? Now I know you are saying that Yeshua lived because you are told so. Do you know how many people you can say they lived because you are told so? That's a thought form. You can be like Yeshua. You can be like Jesus. Munambiwangwa, be like Jesus. You are never told be Jesus. You are told be like him. You can be like him. What is him? That's a light. Elohim. A descended light. You can be like that descended light. There are some characteristics that you can take from there. You get it? Patriarchy walks hand in hand with culture to put women in their most powerful form. Yes, as man thinketh, so is he, whatever. Why is it sometimes the menses are heavy and painful and others you hadn't noticed? Any spiritual difference? Because you are going through different cycles. Through different cycles, you also breed differently. If, let's not make you even use that kind of language, but if you are to be hurt, there's particular days also, particular hours of the day, if you are to be hurt, you bleed more. You bleed more. So, as above, so below, we are going through cycles, water cycles. So, there are some times when you are very distant from the sun, wherever. For example, in the north, this is the time. They are very distant now from the sun, so they are going into winter. So they freeze. They are further away from the sun. At that particular time, we Africans, we are in a place where it is more summer throughout the year than any other time. So we're in the headspace of God, okay? If I was to hit you in the same way, the amount of bleeding or shedding you do in Kenya is not the same you do in Europe, based on how far away from the what you can call the storm, from the eye of the storm. Africa is closest to the eye of the storm. The sun is nothing but a storm, what you can call like a dark hole. It's not the sun. The sun is the event. So when you look at the sun, you're looking at the event that is happening. And that event is our body of water, Tiamat, Aya, Earth, interacting with another star. So when those two atmospheres come together, temperament, which becomes temperature, which creates now that disk that you see, because we are rotating anti-clockwise from each other. So that is why the sun looks like a disk, but it's the event. It's the fusion, friction, and pressure that is coming in between. That is why you get heat. So the sun is not hot. The same heat you're experiencing now is the same heat you'd experience if you were to go to the sun. The sun is not a ball of fire that has millions of degrees of nonsense, like NASA says. NASA is just a film studio that lies. Okay? So the reason it gets hot is when you get closer to that interaction. For example, if you're in a matatu, mkuwe wengi mnasemanga fungua dirisha, because you are all stars. The more closer you interact, the more it gets heated. Temperament, which becomes temperature. Tutoke hapo, hatukuwa hapo. Tulikuwa hapa maneno ya period. So, your shedding will be different also based on your own weather system. You also have your own weather system. From your sun, you are born lying down. So your sun, your solar plexus, your mukonyo, is your sun, is the center of your universe. Now the other chakras, they surround it round. Okay, so you are going to have the fourth house, the heart chakra, then you go to the third chakra, then you go to the crown chakra. Zote ziko aligned all the way from the root chakra. That is why, unaona umelala, the tumbo yako ndio the first chakra, ndio the sun. But when you sit down, inakuja hapa juu. If I were to look from a point and above, not necessarily an above point, but from what you can call from more out there, I will see your sun. That is why when you look outside, you see the stars, you see the light, this little light of mine, I'm gonna make it shine. So that is why the sun represents you. When you see it, you are an Aquarius, that's your sun, that's your rising sign, that's your sun, that's what. So from a point above your head, I would see your sun. So your fifth house becomes your first house, crown chakra. So you also have, depending on how imbalanced you are with your system, that is also what dictates now when you are shedding your lava as a woman. That's why your menses will be affected. Sometimes you have torrential menses. Sometimes you have light showers. Sometimes you are going to have stormy ones with cobwebs na vitu kama hizo, based on whatever you are going on through psychology. That is why when a woman heals, her periods stop becoming painful. The more she's working on herself, hata anaanza zinapungua days, unapata napatanga periods 3 days azisumbui. The more balanced she becomes, to the point she won't even know she's having her periods. Itakuanga tu mahali nafika anasema nedona mweri. Anaiona, she's like, oh shit, she doesn't even know that she's, because of how balanced she is. Okay? So you are taught to pray in the name of Jesus. What name should you use? You can use that name if it's powerful for you. But why don't you use your name? Jesus is your solar plexus. Jesus just means you, your uniqueness. Why use that name? That name, that person is trapped in hell. Jesus is trapped in a very bad hell. Because every time he wants to expand, people call on him. And people are calling on him for nonsense. Gari imeenda imetoka mguu. Oh my God, Jesus. You are okay. Gari imetoka mguu. There's a reason why you are being delayed. Something that you are not even something even maybe worse than that was supposed to happen. Sasa umeanza kuomba kusema in the name of Jesus na ni mguu imetoka. That's a delay. That's not an accident. That's a delay. The same way when you make stupid thoughts and feelings, unamkanga kwa nyumba yako unagongwa na meza. Meza inakaanga hapo miaka. Inakugonga mguu. Hii kitu mtu anakusema kongo na hii kitu ni medha yako nyumba yako hii ndiye dahe gogo eni wake hego. You are being sold. Whatever you are thinking, don't do. don't do, but you don't know, you are not aware, you are not present to understand hii meza imekaa hapa 10 years ama 5 years ama 4 months na ijainigonga, ishainigonga kidogo but ijainigonga hivyo. So what was in your mind? You're like, oh shit, nilikuwa nafikiria niingie gari niende Njoro ama nifanye hivyo. Then you're like, oh shit, I'm being told not to go. Then you look, it is the right leg, that's a thought I had. Left, that's a feeling I had. So if that is the right, umegongwa mguu ya right, ilikuwa a thought. So what are you told? Take a left hand path, separate from that thought. So easy, it's not complicated. Jenga means, how do you working here as a housemaid? How do I connect with my ancestors? Maybe those are your ancestors actually. So if your ancestors were so great, why are you working as a housemaid? That should be the question. So it's showing you are following the roots. Maybe you are even following the roots of your ancestors when they were stolen from somewhere and they were made slaves. So the connection with, remember what I said yesterday, a soul tie. So that family, you have a soul tie. You went through something very negative together with that family yenye imekuandika in another lifetime that you cannot remember. So you working for them, you have to look at it like this. You are working for them, yes. So you are working for money from them, yeah. So how does that work make you feel? Does it make you feel home, happy, loved and everything? No. So then you know this is just a job. Now I'm going to do this job, but I'm going to be happy doing this job because this is a lesson that I'm learning. Now, this is something that I did in the past and I'm paying for the karma, and the soul tie we had was with this family. So this is how I'm going to clean my karma. Every time I'm dusting the house, now this is alchemy now. I like teaching women alchemy because women are powerful. Fuck the men. So every time now you are cleaning for them, you want to connect to your ancestors. Every time you are cleaning that house, clean the house with the intention of cleaning kuregwa the one agera okihaka agiko. Like ukithambia indo kuga ndatheria indo ici ni indo iria ndanahuthira ngacihaka giko, ngana indo iria ndanahuthira ciina giko. Gratitude, you are thankful. I'm so thankful that I have this job where I have a shelter under my head with these kind of bosses. Be grateful. You don't even know the magic that is going to happen around that house. That is now when now your real ancestors now who want to get you out of that situation, that is when now they come. Hiyo sasa ndio mnaitanga recognition. Where all of a sudden those people recognize your efforts. Si wewe haikuangi bidii yako. Now they recognize your efforts and you are given less work, or now they even like you or even love you, or even now get another housemaid wanakuambia usimamie wafanyikazi. Recognition is everywhere. But that is how you connect with your ancestors. Sasa hata uende uanze kumwaga chai na maziwa, sijui unapea nyoka maji, sijui nonsense, at you are connecting with your ancestors. Hiyo nyoka inakusaidia na nini ukiwa Saudi Arabia? Your ancestors are, don't look at your ancestors like people who wanted the best for you because they, maybe you are stolen, people are adopted from their homes, people are killed, ravaged, their spiritual system destroyed, na vitu kama hizo. Look at yourself as someone who wants to connect with their powerful spiritual predecessors that were in your space but overcome that space. Do you know you can write a book about your work in Saudi Arabia? Nani ameandika kitabu ya housemaid in Saudi Arabia? See how now I give you information. Start working with a clean heart. Start a WordPress. Start a page whereby you say, today I woke up in the morning, like create content of you working. Oh my God, nyinyi watu hamjui kutengeneza pesa. You don't know how to create intellectual property rights. My day as a housemaid in Dubai. Do you know how many people would be watching that YouTube? Unajua ni wasichana wangapi wanataka kuenda Dubai wa Kenya peke yake watakuwa subscribe to your page. Leo mazee nilipewa kazi jaipewa. Leo nilipewa hizo sufuria zote. Wote walipika na kuambianga Saudi Arabia ni kuzito, lakini usijali tutaosha tu, ni kujituma. Mimi naoshanga hizo sufuria nikijuanga one day I'll have my own cleaning company. Haitakuwa ni mkono, itakuwa under registered. Wake up people in a new world. And you don't need anything. The same internet unaniona nayo ndio utatumia ku create your content na kuonwa. I'll be the first one to subscribe to your channel. I see housemaids of Dubai. We are tired of the housemaids of Kawangware. Fuck Kawangware. Give us housemaids of Dubai. Create that channel. Let that be your ticket out of that. Write a book. That's how you work with the true ancestors. I am your ancestor. Fuck your other weak ancestors. Kama hawezi kupatia game kama hiyo ya kukuomosha, fuck them. I am the real ancestors. We are back. Will it be wrong? Will it be wrong if I say MP a shedding of my blood, a part of me for regrowth like a snake does? So if you want to do it in a shedding way, when you are at your most powerful, you can shed the negative. Not the flow, shed the negative shift in your life. Change your friends, start a new routine. You know what I'm saying? Vitu kama hizo. Is it law of attraction? I missed the point. Exactly. I've tried and I tell you it works. Dhayo, jenga, sawa. So, yeah, my breakfast is, let me see kama imekuwa baridi. Nijue kama nitaeni live ama nitaendelea another 5 minutes of your questions. I'm sipping on esoteric tea. No puns intended. Best tea you'll ever have. Esoteric tea. So shout out to everyone in the space. Each one teach one. We can end the live. It was good to have you in the space. I've been here for over an hour. Time for me to get out of... I don't live on the internet. I come on the internet. Cancel. What do you mean end now? Shout out to when you are tap screen, when you are share. Shout out to all of you. So to recap, twari horo wa thahu. Tuga thahu urehagwo ni mukana. Kiria we ukanitio. Kiria we ugiritio niguo witagwo mugiro. Kiria we ugiritio. Na ndauga wega muno ati nie ndita njenga wa muthaka. Nie hatiri undu ngoragwo giritio. I've not been forbidden from anything. Nie ndire wa thahu, kigiro na irumi. I'm not for those one. Nie ndire wa gomi. Nie ndire wa agu. I'm from the spirit. Agu. Aria magire. The spirit that you cannot see. Okay? Do have a beautiful day. Shout out to everyone. Anasema shukrani for the teachings. I cannot teach you anything new. I can only remind you of something that you know. Shout out to Karehi Karadhime or something for sending roses na vitu kama hizo. Asante sana. It's the Sabbath. Do have a beautiful day today. Remember, women, you are powerful. Men, you are beautiful creatures. Men and women, Adam and Eve, Gikuyu and Mumbi, Muriavata. You have no sin. That is why they say you are not born with sin. Sin comes from now what you believe is sin based on what you have been told. Folk rules. Mekwambia hiyo si damu na shedingi. Tumeenda Google, umeona hakuna mahali kuna damu kwa sababu your God does not shed blood to the ground because blood is intercellular. And watching ile movie inaitangwa intercellular na vitu kama hizo. Now, on that, remember to vote for Monjiro Farm. Yeah, so go to my, I should actually put it on my page also. Go to Monjiro's Farm, Kiari, Africa. She has been nominated for this designer, accessories designer of the year. Her code is 2007, I think. Kiari, Africa. Go to my Facebook page, you'll find it there. Go and vote for her. She has been nominated for that award. You see, we can bring it home. But unajua Kikuyu shida yenu ni wivu. Unajua. But my page is not like that. So go vote. You can share on your spaces also. When you find it, take it, share it. Okay, I can put it on my WhatsApp. I can put it on my community group. Share kwa group zenyu. Let's vote. Let's push one of our own. Tuache kukuanga hapa always that, oh my God, why are you always victims? Mimi usikuja karibu na mimi kama wewe ni victim. If you have the energy to vote for someone like you as a soul group and you're not doing it, mimi sitaki victim mentality around me. One vote is 10 shillings. 100 tu. 100. Ama uende ukatumie Tizian 1000. You know what I'm saying? ama githaiga wa chai. Unajua mnapenda nonsense. Okay, let me sip my esoteric tea. Fuck githaiga's tea. No puns intended. Shout out to Githaiga. Shout out to everyone on TikTok. You know I love everybody. Okay? I love everybody. Naongeanga hivyo, msianze kufanya nachukia Githaiga. Me, I hate nobody. Shout out to Githaiga. Shout out to Tizian. Shout out to each and every being around there. Why is it you can have a child and feel you know them from sometimes? Because that could have been your mother in another lifetime, or that could be your actual, how do I explain it? That could have been your best mate in a school somewhere before, a form of school or that kind of thing. That could have been someone you shared so much. That could have been another husband in another life, umemzaa sasa kama mtoto. That could have been a wife where you shared, maybe your husband has many wives, but she was your favorite wife, co-wife, umemzaa kama mtoto. Shit is deep. Do have a beautiful day.